She was invited after all, but her hair was a mess, and so was her dress. They'd never let her in. Then there appeared our fairy, you know, and she agreed that the girl should go. She waved her wand around and conjured up a gown. The fairy turned nothing to something. She made a coach out of a pumpkin. She turned the mouse into a ballet. Cinderella was on her way. Cinderella, Cinderella, dancing with the handsome prince to and fro. And he was happy to find her. Cinderella, Cinderella, until the clock struck 12 and it was time to go. She left the glass slipper behind her. Cinderella.
Our story begins with Cinderella, a pretty young girl with a phony name, a funny name. She lived very happily in a big house with her mother and father.
Don't eat that, honey. You'll spoil your appetite. Okay.
That's no way to chase a butterfly. I'll help you.
What a pair.
Indeed, it seemed Cinderella and her loving parents had it all. The country house with two-horse garage, the trash compactor, the sky, like a tie-dye bedsheet. But secretly, Cinderella's mother had long dreamed of becoming a championship wrestler, and one day, she just disappeared. With his wife gone, Cinderella's father did the best he could.
Are you all right, dear? My cooking's not very good, is it?
I love pizzas and pop every night, Dad. I've got so much extra energy.
How is it you can be so happy? Don't you miss your mother?
Of course, but there's no use having a cow about it, is there, Father? I'll be fine.
Cinderella looked up at the stars and tried not to think of her mother wearing some ridiculous wrestling outfit. Instead, she thought of the prince she dreamed she would marry someday. Her father watched, knowing that although his daughter wore a brave face, she deserved better than pizza crusts with milk on them for breakfast.
The girl needs a mother. I'll give that dating service a call. Guess who?
Is it Stan the Pizza Man? Or maybe the creature from the Black Lagoon?
No, just boring old Dad. But I have a surprise, Cinderella.
You bought me a horse?
No, not a horse. A new mom. Though I admit from her picture it's kind of hard to tell the difference.
Great! Does she have any children?
Uh-huh.
How many? Will I have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, Cinderella, you'll have two lovely stepsisters.
Oh, Daddy, that's wonderful! We'll run and play and spill things on each other. I can't wait to meet them!
Soon the big day arrived, and when the carriage carrying the mystery women pulled up, Cinderella was waiting with worms on her tongue. You know, with bated breath.
Mom's here! Beautiful new Mom!
Oh, well, beauty is in the eye of the... oh, you know.
Hello.
Huh?
Hi. This old coot obviously has a lot of money, so don't say anything stupid. Yes, Mother.
I've brought you some flowers, Mommy, to welcome you.
How dare you barge in here and carrying weeds, no less. Give me those.
You get the butler.
Direct it.
Hello, darling. Come and meet my daughters. They're dying to spend your... I mean, to meet you.
Hi, Pops. I'm Arabella. Got any money for food?
I suppose I have.
Hey, all right. How rude of you to ask for cash that way. I'm Esmeralda, and I would gladly accept credit cards.
How very reasonable of you.
Oh, Oh dear, Cinderella's father seems to be getting taken to the cleaners. And not only that, it looks like he's leaving his own daughter hung out to dry.
Won't you take us round to the jewelry store, darling? I have a few trinkets I've picked out and put on your bill. I'm sure you won't mind.
When the bill from the jewelry store came, along with a bill from the shoe store, the dress shop, and the hair salon, well, that was all she wrote for Father's heart. With Mommy and Daddy both gone, Cinderella was at the mercy of her stepmother and stepsisters, and we're not talking about a whole lot of mercy here.
This attic will be your room now. I think that's more than fair.
Yes, we'll be using your room for dancing and slumber parties.
And since you won't be invited to any of them, we're gonna take all your dresses as well.
And another thing. You'll keep this house spotless, and if I find so much as a jujube under a couch cushion, I'll throw you right out. Have fun.
I'm going down now, too, to try on all your shoes.
Yeah, right. And your socks.
Poor Cinderella. She keeps thinking that harp music is going to start up and turn this all into a bad dream sequence. How could a show that started out so happily turn so rotten? And why does the star of the show have so few lines to say?
This milk's spoiled. You drink it.
Clean that milk up, you little wretch. And I want it back in the carton.
Dress you're wearing.
What's that? Did you try and mumble something?
That was my favorite dress. It must have taken Vaseline and a shoehorn to squeeze that pork chop into it.
Cinderella's previous job, chasing butterflies, really hadn't prepared her for this kind of hard work. But this was back before she had an agent, when Cinderella still actually believed that hard work might get her somewhere.
Boy, are you filthy. Covered with ashes, and you dress funny, too. I've got a name for you, Sunshine. I'm going to call you Cinderella.
But that is my name.
Oh, right. That's only because it's such a perfect name for you. Try to confuse me, will ya? Ha! No way! Cinderella.
She's not only mean and greedy, she's got the brains of an amoeba. And since that dress used to be mine, she's got her nerve making fun of my clothes. Oh, Mommy and Daddy, I want to be where you are. Actually, I take that back. I wouldn't mind being in heaven, maybe, but Mom can have championship wrestling.
You're too young to go to heaven.
Huh? What?
We're over here.
Mice!
Yes, we look like ordinary mice, but we're all studying hard so we could become lab rats.
And we can help you, maybe.
You can help me decide what to eat for lunch. Meow. All right, that's enough. Have a seat. I'm sure we animals all agree that Cinderella here has been having a rough time and could probably use some friends, so I'm proposing that we animals have a little truce. Of course, it still has to look like business as usual. I'll just gum you a little bit.
Cinderella's newfound friends made her miserable life almost worth living after all.
Gee, Cinderella, aren't you gonna have some cheese? It's really good stuff.
I don't like the way it smells.
Try holding your nose. It's even better if you put some sardines and mayonnaise on it.
It goes best with fresh mouths.
Or fresh butterfly.
Hark! Hear ye this royal news flash. His Majesty the Prince invites you to the Grand Ball and Royal Rib Barbecue.
What's the cover charge?
Is it all you can eat?
I'm invited too.
Yes?
Food! I just love food! Sparrow ribs, I love you! I love you, food!
Have this dress, Cinderella, and don't mess it up either.
And wash this one. It's got some kind of, gravy stains or something.
Imagine me at the palace in the finest dress someone else's money can buy.
When the prince gets a load of me, his eyes will bug out and his head will spin around backwards.
It could be.
I'm gonna stuff a week's worth of food down my dress, Mom!
Meet the prince first.
This is going to be the party of a lifetime. And Mom, don't you get any clever ideas about the prince. That boy is mine.
May the sneakiest woman win!
I wish I could go to the grand ball, meet the prince, and have some ribs. I wonder what the prince looks like. I bet he's real tall. If I met him, I'd look him right in the kneecap and say, "Hey, would you go for me if I were a championship wrestler?"
The next day saw Cinderella hard at work on her wicked stepsister's dresses. She didn't really know how to sew, but she figured, hey, it's not brain surgery, you know.
Cinderella, how many sleeves you gonna sew on that dress? She's only got 2 arms.
I got it. Why not sew a bag onto it for her head?
I think you should be going to the grand ball, Cinderella. The prince would like you.
Oh, you know I'd love to go, but I have nothing to wear. My stepsisters have all my dresses, and half of them are covered in gravy stains.
Why don't we try and make her a dress out of Swiss cheese or something?
Someone would mistake her for an hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, they'd try to stick her on a toothpick.
That's it. That's the plan.
What's the plan? You want us to stick her on a toothpick?
Heck no, you retard rodents. We can make her a dress.
Make it out of what? We rejected the Swiss cheese option.
We make it out of one of Esmeralda's.
Steal a dress from Esmeralda?
I got it all figured out. I know which closet they're hanging in, and she'll never miss just one. I'll get the dress. You guys grab a necklace to match it, and then we'll sew some ruffles or something on. Voila. The perfect, elegant party ensemble. What do you say?
Okay, that sounds good. We'll do it, yeah.
Hey, we got the necklace.
Okay, all clear. Let's go.
Ghost! We're on our way, Esmeralda!
It's a ghost!
It's the ugly women. Run for your lives.
It was Cinderella.
You shredded my dress!
Oh, my necklace is totaled! Mama, she's wrecked our stuff!
Oh, great, Cinderella. Now you've gone and upset my daughters. The last time they were crying this hard, I had to give them each a $50 bill to quiet them down. How much you got on me?
She doesn't have that kind of dough.
Looks like your plan backfired. Now we're gonna have to sell our cheese. Rats.
The day of the grand ball arrived, and though Cinderella tried her best to forget she wasn't going, it was difficult.
We're going to the ball and Cinderella isn't. We're going to the ball and Cinderella isn't.
Quiet, you two! The carriage is here.
There, I'm ready. How do we look?
You both look fabulous. Oh, I pity the poor prince trying to make up his mind between you two. Let's go, taxi driver, and don't try taking the long way to the palace either. I wasn't born yesterday.
I noticed.
I heard that.
Cinderella, no slacking off. Paint my room before we get back, or we'll have to throw you out. And get the pizza crust out of my bed, will ya?
Right.
Cinderella, don't be so polite to them. You can get away with saying all kinds of mean things if you just bow your head like this.
Good idea.
Anyway, we still want you to go to the ball.
It's okay.
The job was too big for us, so I called in some professional help.
Well, if it's Thursday, this must be Cleveland, Ohio. Hi there. You folks called me up? Something about someone wanting to be in a bowl?
A ball?
Now, dear, a ball is much different from a bowl. You're lucky I came. You're going to need a pretty dress and some shoes and a carriage to get you there. Now, what was that recipe? Oh, yes, I'll need you to go get me, a pumpkin. Being a fairy godmother's not so tough. You just gotta have some other people do the running around for you. Plus, it helps to have a real snazzy outfit.
If she tells me to make a pie out of this, she's gonna be wearing it. Here. It's the biggest one I could find.
That's a pumpkin? Looks more like a spare tire.
Hey, it's tough to find a pumpkin in the middle of April.
I suppose it'll do. Mookie, bazookie, flim flam fungus. Make this pumpkin grow humongous.
I must have said it backwards or something.
The strange fairy godmother turned out to have genuine magical powers after all, as well as a very peculiar laugh.
Enough peculiar laughter already! You're driving me nuts!
Right. You're next anyway. Sawbuck Fiver, you're a driver.
Whoa!
And of course, we're going to need some horsepower. You, ma'am, and you, sir, I turn to Appaloosa. Leftover mouse, eh? Well, we need a valet. Well, all you have to do is work the door. You can do that much. Now we have to whip you up a dress.
But what kind?
Oh, got no imagination, eh? Well, let's try some of the latest Paris fashions. What do you think?
Very chic, but a bit too much.
Okay.
Ooh, tough to dance in.
How about that?
How do I look?
It's perfect for you, kiddo.
You gotta be kidding. You're gonna send her to the ball dressed like a reptile?
He's right. They'd like throw her in the moat.
I can't believe this. A rodent turned fashion critic.
Maybe they're right.
Trust me.
All right, all right. Boy, talk about picky. Here, we'll try one more.
That's more like it.
Right this way, my dear. The pumpkin mobile awaits.
mousies!
Don't forget, this is low-budget magic. Lasts for 1,000 miles or till midnight, whichever comes first.
I know. Then it all turns back into pumpkins and rodents. I'll remember. Thank you, Weird Fairy Godmother.
At the palace, the grand ball was in full swing. The fun-loving king was livelier than ever. And beside him, his son, the prince, looked over the abundance of lovely ladies in attendance. For tonight he would choose the girl he would marry.
The prince is such a babe. I wonder who'll be the first to dance with him.
Think he'd like it if I went up to him with some hors d'oeuvres or something? He must be loaded. Did you see the bathroom?
Now she's a fox. Might I have the honor of this dance, my dear?
Oh, the honor would be all mine, your princeness. But let's hurry, you're standing on my foot.
So they began to dance, cautiously at first, since the prince did have exceptionally big feet. But soon their graceful motion had the crowd oohing and awing.
Wonder where she's from.
Not from here. I'd remember her.
Minus all the cinders and dirt, even Cinderella's cruel stepsisters didn't recognize her. She and the prince danced the night away.
No, really? Why don't you like my haircut?
But meanwhile, outside the palace...
Yikes! It's 12 o'clock and Cinderella hasn't come out!
This is no place to turn back into a mouse.
Tell me everything. Your favorite color? Your shoe size? Do you like tacos? Do you like Elvis impersonators? Hey, baby, I don't even know your name. Oh, hey, wait, don't leave. Stop.
Boy, I hope that's her now.
It is! Come on, move it! Oh, Cinderella, this thing's a pumpkin waiting to happen!
My slipper!
You better ought to leave it, Cinderella.
I'll never get my deposit back from the fairy.
Hiya! Giddy up, you mousies! Hiya!
Come back. I'll get a haircut. Her shoe. Somewhere out there awaits my dream foot. Ew.
Oh, you should have seen it, Cinderella. Not that they ever would have let you in with your tattered old dress and dirt and cinders all over you. But the palace was so wonderful and everyone looked so elegant.
And those spare ribs. And all through dinner, the prince danced with this beautiful princess from somewhere. We think she was probably from California because she was so blonde. And they danced so well together.
The prince is such a hunk, even though he does have big feet. That mystery girl's so lucky he wouldn't dance with anyone else.
And Cinderella did indeed feel lucky, since her stepsisters would have blown a gasket if they knew that she was the lovely mystery girl they so envied. Meanwhile, back at the palace, the prince was making an announcement.
I know you've all been expecting me to get married, but I'm afraid it just isn't going to happen. Just wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. Not till I find the girl that fits this glass slipper will I marry. And it would probably be a good idea if I knew her name, too. So find her!
Okay.
I think she's from California.
The prince had his best artist make some detailed drawings to give people an idea of the kind of foot they were looking for. And since nothing less than the opportunity to become the next queen was at stake, ladies from all over town came to see if the glass slipper would fit them. One after another, they filed onto the platform, while the royal foot judges graded each of them on how well the slipper fit.
Not quite. Sorry. Thank you, next.
Of course, none of them fit Cinderella's slipper, but the prince wasn't about to get a haircut if he didn't have to, and he ordered his men to go house to house to find any girls they might have missed.
So these two mice walk into a restaurant, see? And the first one says to the waiter, "Do you serve crabs here?" And the waiter says, "We serve anyone here." Sit down. Now you get it?
I didn't know mice liked seafood.
Hey, you guys! Listen, the prince's men are looking all over town for Cinderella. They're trying that glass slipper on every foot they can find.
Wow. Somehow we've got to get Cinderella a chance to put that slipper on.
Those ugly women won't like that.
Listen up, girls. All my breeding and good taste has somehow failed to get you married. This is your last chance. The prince's men will be here any second, and I demand that the slipper fit one of you.
Don't you worry, I'll get my foot into it even if I have to grease up.
I won't have
You're
to.
way too porky.
I'm big boned.
Well, I'll give you first crack at the slipper, but frankly, neither of you are queen material, and it seems obvious that the prince will soon be marrying yours truly.
Well, this is the last house. If we don't find the mystery girl here, the prince is gonna have a royal cow.
Fellas!
Say, looking for someone?
Here I am!
Madam, I beg your pardon. We were looking for lovely young women, and clearly we've come to the wrong place.
But this is the place. Come in. Come in.
I've almost got it on.
No, now let me try before you break the thing.
Looks like I'm the queen. Don't worry, girls. I'll still let you visit me. What? Ah! I should have cut my toenails. Ah! Ah!
Wait, I'm gonna try holding my breath.
Wait, I think I tried it on the wrong foot.
Now, hold on a minute, girls. We're going to have to settle this democratically. I'm the biggest, so I win.
Well, your head's the biggest anyway.
Not as big as your mouth.
Pork chop!
The slipper!
Catch it on your foot!
The slipper fits her!
Oh? What are you saying? The slipper's not on me? Which one of you two morons squeezed into it?
Not me, Mother.
Fat chance.
Then who?
It's Cinderella.
It is you. We all thought you were from California. Let's hurry. The wedding will be this afternoon.
And sure enough, the prince did marry Cinderella that very day, and it wasn't long before she decided she kind of liked his haircut after all. The house went to the cat and mice, and at last report, the stepsisters, wait, this can't be right. They went into business selling barbecue ribs and dress shoes. That's no punishment. They should have gotten a good spanking.